Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm kind of right in the middle of the 5-lug swap on the Coolpri. I kind of started without videoing. I'm sorry, but the kids were out here and I just needed to get stuff done. But what I've done so far, I've got the rear end out, or rear axle, whatever you can call it. But to get it out, take your shock bolts loose, quad shocks off, take your brake line loose up there, take your brakes off. I got a little tip. I'd seen it online before. This comes through the backing plate on your rear end. It's for the emergency brake. But to get all those through there, you take a hose clamp, which I have over here. Take a hose clamp, slide it up on there, just tighten it up. Don't slide it all the way down, but slide it about halfway down, tighten it up, and then that allows you to slide that out of the backing plates. But this is where we're at so far. I got to take the control arms out. Here's our new 8.8 with rear disc brakes. This is actually a Fox rear end that's been converted to Cobra brakes. It's not an SN95 or New Edge rear end, but it is an actual Fox axle that I found from my boy at Carter Customs, from Adam. I bought it from him. It's one he had. So we had to get this old 7.5 out. And when I got this, I had to go ahead and put a gear in it. So it's going to have 373 gears. It's got stock axles, I think. It's 28 splines, which should be fine for this car. I actually have 28 splines still in the Mustang, and I haven't broken one yet, so knock on wood. But I got to get a new, what I've found so far, the brake line's in the same spot, but I need to get switched to this style right there that hooks to the brake line. This one had a banjo bolt on it. So I'm just gonna, I could reuse that one, I just don't want to. While it's out, I'm gonna run to NPD and get a new brake line, a new version of that to put on there. I have new control arms, uppers and lowers. What else do I have? I'm gonna repaint. I'm thinking this sway bar is smaller than the Aero cars, so I may run out to Pasture Pony Parts and pick up a new rear sway bar. Oh, you gotta disconnect your drive shaft too. If I didn't cover that, drive shaft is disconnected. I think that, I mean, it's changing the rear end is not real difficult. There are some bolts that are in there tight, but it's really not difficult. It's just like 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts, 5, 6, 7, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. About 15 bolts, and you can have the rear end sitting on the ground like that. So it's not real difficult a thing to do, but that's going to be the easy part of the 5-lug swap. Well, not easy. That's probably the most difficult part. Actually, changing the spindles in the front is not bad. But we have these Cobra brakes here. We're actually going to be using the Cobra brakes with we're doing the Brembo Cadillac calipers. I've got those partially painted. I think they're going to need another coat, but I think they're going to look cool. I'll get some sort of sticker to put on there. I'm not sure if I'm going to put Brembo or Coolpri, something to that effect. But anyway, I've rambled enough. Let's get back to work. Ready to get these control arms out, which are you know, 4 more bolts, and then I'll start unpacking the new stuff and get that bolted in. My plan is to at least have the rear end back in. May not have the brakes and everything hooked up tonight, but I want to have it back in so I can test fit a wheel. Actually, that's my biggest goal tonight, is just get the rear end bolted up so I can test fit one of the rear wheels. So stick around. I'm gonna put you on time lapse while I put this back together and get these control arms out, and then when I start putting it back together, then we'll go from there. Alright guys, here's just a quick thing that I remembered. I made this wrench years ago to fit up on this outside right here, so you can take the rear control arm out. All I did was put it in a thank you.
You're welcome.
I put it in a vise and just hit it with a hammer a couple times just to give it a little more angle. The way it'll fit in there and you don't have to hold it. So it's an 18 millimeter, by the way. I'll tell you one thing right now, I would kill for a lift.
What? Did he have his camera on?
Camera's on right now. You want to know about it?
You're deleting this video.
No.
Yes, you are.
We'll be on YouTube forever. These are the J&M upper control arms. I bought the J&M lower control arms as well with the adjustable. You'll see those in a second. But I'm just looking. Pretty self-explanatory how to put these together. Yeah, that's cool. I haven't seen these with the ball insert. That's awesome. Some extra grease.
Hey, honey.
So I just got to put these together here, and then we will start installing these and go from there. I did that first one to see how to do it. It was a little more difficult than I originally thought, but I've got it figured out now. So what you do, grease this piece, put it in. This grease is no joke though, you get it on your hands. It does not want to come off. So you get this piece in. And you got to drive this ball piece in. I just found a socket that it was the same size as this right here to drive it on. This bigger socket actually works better. There we go. Trying to do it with the smaller one to keep it right there, to keep it a little straighter, but it didn't work. So now I just have to straighten it up a little bit. All right, guys, I'm gonna try a different approach with these lower ones. The lower ones, here's the lower J&Ms. They're adjustable spring perch. I really like, but it still has that same ball in, which is cool. It's just a little tough to get together. So I'm gonna try to knock the ball in first, and then put the rubber seals in after. So let's see how this works, and we'll get there. When I'm putting this in, I'm gonna leave this bottom bolt loose. It leaves us plenty of room to move this to get the rear end set up. So just makes it a little easier. It's a little just quick tip. If you tighten them all up, it'll get, wherever you have it, it'll get stiff. So we'll leave that loose. We'll slide the rear axle under here on the jack and see if we can get this thing up in here.
Gotta have enough glue on it so it slips right in. Sometimes you gotta bang it out.
Let's go in the video.
Okay.
Give me that screwdriver over
This is
there.
gonna be the best video you've ever made, babe. I got a manicure for this? Oh, you're going in from the back now.
Oh my goodness.
It's a little resistant.
Most time it is. I got the rear end bolted back in. Still got that brake line like I said. But I'm gonna slide a disc on here and test fit a wheel, see how it looks. So stick around. Was these Stop Tech rear rotors, because I had the Stop Tech drilled and slotted rotors on the front already with my used Cobra brakes I bought. So I bought these so they'd match. I can't wait to see how they look on there. Alright guys, I got them on there. Hope you can see me. The wheels look great. I may have got a little too greedy on the width with 10.5, but I don't know, we'll just have to wait and see. They definitely have some poke, but I wanted a little bit of poke, so I bet I'll just have to wait and see, get it on the ground and see how it looks, and go from there. I know you guys want to see it, but you're gonna have to wait. But we got the rear end swapped out tonight. We're going to jump on the front next. I know the front will fit because it's the same setup as the Mustang. I will try to go a little wider on these, but anyway, until next time, I'm out of here.